Hello guys, welcome once again to my channel. Today I have with me my own sister Nesapna. She's also a Ghanaian, okay, and also a content creator. We've known each other since this whole Ireland journey, and I'll say she's more or less like a daughter, if I'd say. I'm very young, but I have lots of daughters and all of that. How long did you practice in Ghana?
I think 6 years. I was entering into my 7th year.
7th year. Okay, that's lovely. So Abna is a psychiatric nurse just like myself. She was part of those that came into Ireland to write the RCSI for the psych nurses. So she was part of the first batch, if I would say. They were the beginners, of the whole RCSI for psych nurses. And then she's also a content creator. So I'm going to share the details of her YouTube channel on my screen and also leave it at the description, okay? If you want anything Ireland like myself, she's also into it. So welcome, dear.
Thank you, Momo. What's up?
Cool, a day. Now you have all the money, so you don't call me. You know, it's not fair.
You see, but we are always talking. We are still looking for the money now.
I like accusation. I like accusations now. You know that. I like to. We are
still looking for money.
We are still looking for money. So last week I did a video for the general nurses, and I thought it was that it would be good for me to do one for the psych nurses as well. Because we all know the challenges with employment, you know, people bashing us all the time in our emails and on WhatsApp and all of that. But I think it has kind of favored the psych nurses as well, because if you can at least come in to do the RCSI, you even have an option. I'll say it's a bit difficult for the midwives. So with the midwives, it's just adaptation and it's quite difficult. But when it comes to the general nurses, the psych nurses, at least they have option for RCSI or adaptation, which is very good, okay, if I'll say that. Nurses like Abuna has taken upon themselves to actually educate overseas nurses about the whole RCSI for psych nurses. Okay? A disclaimer, this does not replace what is being said or all the information on the RCSI website. You can still go there, but we that make videos like this makes it a bit simpler for you all, okay? So Abna, please take us through.
Thanks for having me, sis. So basically, for the Psych RCSI, it comprises of 2 parts. So you have the CBT and that of the practical, which is the OSCE. So you first go in for the CBT, and it's about 150 questions, and you are expected to pass 50% of it. So if you're able to achieve 70 plus, you have sailed through. And you need to pass the CBT before you sit for the OSCE. So that's why they do it on separate days. So after the CBT, by evening, you get your results. Then you know that you are going in for OSCE or not. So that's the first part of the test. Then the next day, after you have successfully gone through the CBT, then the next day you go in for the practicals, which is the OSCE. And it comprises of 14 stations mixed up with general nursing practicals and psychiatric nursing practicals. So just open up yourself that you are going to meet procedures that probably you have done for long, because you know, psych nurses, we don't often do certain kinds of general nursing procedures. So that is why you need to abreast yourself with the preparation website. So RCSI has a preparation website for psych nurses, those who are taking the test, and they also have the general nursing. So because OSCE is comprised of both general nursing practicals and psychiatric nursing practicals, it will be very relevant for you to be visiting both preparation websites. Both for the general nursing and that of the psych nursing, because those were the 2 platforms that really helped me in my preparation, and it's still helping many people. So that is it. So on the OSCE day, so you are actually going to enter 14 stations, but bear in mind that on the preparation website, there are more than 14 stations outlined on the website, but on the D-Day, you only do 14. So that means you need to prepare for all those stations. I think it's about 15 or 16 stations on the website, and you need to prepare for all. But on the D-Day, you are only going to do 14.
14. Okay. So is it something that is recently, or that's how it's been since you guys came in?
It's been like that from our time. Yeah.
Okay.
But just, I think during our time, we were met with the first surprises. That was, we met a station that was not on the website. So it's really, we were really carried away with that. So I think after the grievances that we shared with them, I think they took that as heart, and then they updated the preparation website with all those information. So all that you need to know is every station, every information on the preparation website, you need to abreast yourself with it, so that when you go, you won't be surprised if they take out any station to replace with a station that hasn't been done before. I would say for the psychiatric parts, you are going to enter a station like aggression de-escalation. So they make the thing so real that you are on the ward, that your patient is very aggressive. This patient is hallucinating, demanding to leave the ward and all that. But the good thing is that before you enter the station, they have already printed out a descriptor. So you have to take your time and read the descriptor very well. The descriptor is actually giving you clues of what you are expected to do in the station. Exactly. So that's the scenario. So you have to, I think they give you like 10 minutes to actually read the scenario outside, and then plan. You need to plan in your mind. As you are reading the scenario, you need to plan. So you know that, okay, when I go in, this is what I'm expecting. The patient is likely to shout at me. The patient is likely to bang the door and all that. So how am I going to react and all that? But on the scenario, they outline something very important, that if you miss this, you have failed the station. And that is you talking about the Mental Health Act 2001, Section 23. You are going to use that. They will actually state that use the Mental Health Act 2001, Section 23 to detain those patients. Yes, and you need to do it practically. So if you walk out of that station without talking about the Mental Health Act, without detaining the patient, without using SBA to escalate the situation to the psychiatrist, know that you have failed the station. That's why I said it is very good that you take your time and read the descriptor outside and grab the salient information, the task, what is expected of you, and then you'll be able to walk out of that station successfully. So that is the aggression. Then another psychiatric station is the psychosocial assessment station. So this is also a station where you are going to carry out psychosocial assessment on a patient that a GP has referred to your unit. And this too, it's practical, but they make this assessment a bit easier because they don't expect you to do everything off head. So they actually print out the assessment forms for you. So they give you the assessment form. So all you need to do is to bring out your communication skills, your interview skills, and then you'll be able to extract information. In those things, you are expected to conduct mental state examination. It is all parts of the psychosocial assessment, and you find all the components on the forms that they will give you. The most important thing is you being able to complete the assessment and coming out with a summary, because they will ask you that out of your assessment, what do you think is wrong with the patient? What do you make up from the assessments. That so you need to bring your clinical judgments, you need to bring that game on point so that you be able to speak with the assessors. What they want, you need to be able to give them accurate information. You don't just talk anyhow. Speak like a psychiatric nurse, they look out for all those things. So that's the psychosocial assessment. And then another psych station is the clinical risk assessment. So with that station too, you are to assess those patients to find out whether this patient has any risk for suicide, any risk for aggression, and any risk for neglect. So they give you the form. This one too, they will present the forms to you. So in the same station, they are also looking at your communication skills and your interview skills as a psych nurse. So basically, there is a part that they are so much interested, and that is the summary of your risk assessment. You should be able to communicate whether there is a risk of suicide for this patient, or there is a risk of neglect or risk of aggression and all that. So you need to be very practical in this station to be able to come out with your summary, because they are really interested in the summary. So that is one. And I think there's another psychiatric station called the anxiety de-escalation station. With that one, you are going to manage a patient who is anxious, going through a whole lot of challenges that is making her really panicking. So with this also, they give you clues on the scenario outside. If you are very smart, you can grab those information from the descriptor outside. So they will tell you that you are expected to use anything you see in the station. You need to utilize it to de-escalate anxiety. So you see that they will mention there is a bed, there is a chair, there is a paper and a pen, there is a water bottle. So they expect you to utilize
them. At least offer your patients water and all of that. But Africans don't go and say calm down. We don't say calm down when your patient is anxious.
Calm down is a word that no psychiatric patient would like to hear. We really don't want to hear that. You are actually going to escalate the situation. So avoid the word calm down, miss. No. So you can use therapeutic words like, can you relax?
Taking a deep breath.
Can you sit and relax?
Validate your feelings.
So that is why they provide a bed, a chair, a water bottle, a magazine, a pen, and a paper. So they want you to practically utilize these things to de-escalate the anxiety. And then they will also indicate on the scenario that you can use techniques like deep breathing, guided imaging. So you need to learn about all these things. And
I'm trying to put some of the anxiety skills on the screen. We have grounding techniques, we have CIPP skills, which includes the deep breathing and all of that. Please read on them, because when you read on them, it gives you an understanding of what to say on that day. Exactly. So you need to prepare yourself for all these. That's why it's very important to be visiting the preparation website from time to time. So that is the anxiety de-escalation station. And then another one has to do with the IM depot station. So the depot station, you have a psychiatric patient who is prescribed with antipsychotic medication injection, but he takes it, I think, 2 weeks or monthly. That's why it's a depot. Over here, they are going to assess how you give injection. And there are certain skills you don't have to miss. I remember the reason why I failed this station. I keep telling all those that comes to me for coaching that the reason why I failed my depot station was after withdrawing the medication, I forgot to change my needle before giving the injection. And I keep telling everybody. Sometimes when you fail, it's an opportunity for you to actually pay attention to what happened. So that, when God is using you now to educate others. What if you are just passed one time? You might not even recall really what you actually did, but because you failed, you were able to sit and then analyze things, and then you came back stronger. So failure is not it's not the end. It's not the
end. So please, in this station, there are some of the skills they will not pardon you in this station, because it's medication. You are giving injection to someone. So please, the skills. So just go on YouTube, watch more of the depot administrations for OSCE. There are a lot of them. I think there was a particular one that I got that really helped me for the second time that I went. So don't forget your skills. The needle after a drawing changes. I literally forgot, after giving depot to my patients back home all this while, and I always change. I always change the needle, but at that particular time, I really don't know what came over me, and I didn't change my needle. And so that is a major skill that they look at, your privacy, because you are going to give an injection, so you need to provide privacy. And then they will indicate something in the scenario. You need to be careful with that. If you don't do it, you can go back. The scenario will indicate that find out from the patient, 1, why he is taking this depot. 2, did he experience any reaction from the previous administration? And 3, now educate him on the medication.
So is it always like that, or they can change it? Is it always the same?
It has always been like that from our time till now. It has never changed. I'm sure if they change it, they will obviously update it on the website, but it has been like that from our time. They will indicate it clearly on the descriptor that you need to find out how he's been coping with the medication, whether or not he knows why he's being placed on that medication. And then you educate him, talking about the indications, the contraindications, the side effects, and then the patient's teaching what to do and what not to do after taking the injection. So that is it.
So this is for the psychiatric stations?
Yeah, it's for psychiatric. So the general nurses don't do depot station. It's just psychiatric, So you need to master your psychotropics. I think the one they gave us was clopixol, and I think they still give that medication. So you can look at, that clopixol group. There are other types of that flopentazole and all that. Just learn them, know their side effects, their contraindications, and all that.
I think the easiest way sometimes is to look at psych medications that are used in Ireland. The popular ones, like the ones that you. Because we have, I never knew this. I think some medication might be used in Ireland, but might not be used in the US or even the UK or even Ghana.
That's true.
So it's better if you search that way, then just look at the medications that are commonly used in Ireland. Then you can now learn more on that. Or just talk to some of us over here. We can even give you the ones that are usually used on the ward. And then why not?
Okay, for RCSI, even on the preparation website, they've even listed some of the medications to likely expect.
That's good.
So just take that list very seriously. Though the list of medication is more, but you are likely to, you meet one for the depot, you meet one in the oral medication station, and you meet one in the ISBA station. So take that list serious and then read about them. Don't forget, back home, when we are giving injection, we used to press the skin together.
And then you give. It's not that.
But it's not like that over here.
It's not that. I always tell people that when you are here, like sometimes you feel like you haven't even practiced before because the whole most of the things that it's being done.
Exactly.
Like even if you're even like taking bloods or something, you feel like you haven't done, maybe you've done it countless times back home. But for some reason, because of all the legal things related to it, you haven't done it before,
Exactly.
It's all part.
It's all part of the learning process. So over here, they use what we call the Z tracking technique. You have to use the flat side of your fingers and pull the skin backwards before you give. Don't go and press the skin. So they'll be observing. They'll be observing all these skills in the depot station. So please be mindful of that. And then you move on to the oral medication station. So this one you are only going to administer orally. to the patient.
Okay.
So I think diazepam has been, frequently coming. I don't know if they are going to change. They are going to change it again. Just study the list of medications they have put on the preparation website. So if you are lucky, they may give you just one tablet, which is diazepam. If you are not fortunate, so they can give you 2 medications. But in the depot station and the oral medication station, one thing that can also take you back to this station is your 10 rights of medication. They are highly concerned about that. So you really need to master it very well, because I think I learned it with an acronym which really helped me, and it's very easy to follow. So I think I even made a video with that acronym on my channel. Yeah. And it's very easy to go with. So you need to study that. And then the oral station too. So you are basically going to prepare the medication and then administer. Okay, so that's for the oral medication station. You are basically going to administer a psychotropic medication orally. So they'll be asking you about the codex, how to identify your patients, how are you going to prepare it. So it's a procedure. And the way we do it in the psych is the same way that we do it in the general station. So there is nothing new. The only difference over there is the medication. The general nurses are being given a general medication, and the psych nurses are given a psychotropic. So that's all. Then the other station is wound dressing, which also cut across for both general nurses and psych nurses. And then we have the infection prevention and control station. That one to cut across for both general and psych. And then we have ISBA. ISBA also cut across, but the psych one is slightly different because they narrow the situation or the scenario to the psychiatric unit where you have probably administered haloperidol, and then 15 minutes later, this patient's vital is changed and you're expected to escalate and all that. So it's similar to how the general nurses do their own, but just that ours was streamlined to a psychiatric setting and a psychiatric medication. So that is the ISBA. And then we have the patient teaching. Patient teaching is also same with the general nurse. It's the same topic. So you can meet COPD, asthma, any of those, diabetes and all that. They can give you just one of them. So you need to prepare on all those topics. And then urinalysis. Urinalysis is also done in general nursing station. So that also cut across. And then iNews station. iNews also cut across with both general and then psychiatry. It's just a matter of you checking the vital signs, plotting it and escalating, calculating the total iNews score and then escalating and all that. So it's just same. And then we have the chest infection. Chest infection also cut across to the general nurses. So it's the same procedure, the same scenario. Nothing changes about that. And then on the website, there is Waterloo and there is sepsis, which the general nurses do. But for psychiatry, we didn't do. But recently, those who are going in recently, they are introducing Waterloo. So who knows? Maybe sometime later they may introduce sepsis as well. That's why I said in the beginning that there are more than 14 stations on the preparation website. So for you to be on the safer side, prepare for all those stations. Exactly. So basically, I think those are the 14 stations. So guys, I didn't really ask Abna to kind of delve into the general stations as well, because I just did a video with Kobe last week. So I'll try and also leave the link under this video as well, and also display the thumbnail on my screen. So if you are interested more at the general stations, you can also watch that video to get a better understanding, because our time is spent. So Abna, anything else you want to add? Any advice to our psych nurses back home looking for it to come into Ireland to take the RCSI? Is it possible? It's really possible. You know, we thought it wasn't going to be possible. You remember we kept talking about this. Should I go in for it, or I should wait for that?
I still get it anyway. I'm like, go for it. People have been able to do it. Why not? You can still do it. I know. So, for me, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I don't know, because I did that. Right now, I'm not in that position. So I feel like it's not easy. It's not, but you guys did so well. Like, it was a huge challenge.
It's doable. It's doable.
Definitely.
And even for the fact that you have another chance to redeem yourself, it's all about determination. I think those who went through my coaching platform, there was one candidate who got referral for 9 stations, and he lost it. I was like, you have not lost it. It's about determination. You haven't lost it. And I realized that I decided to sit and analyze things with him. How come he was able to refer for 9 stations, whereas the other mates were able to smash, leaving them with 1, 2, and 3 stations to redeem? And I realized that his problems were he never presented in class.
Which is very important.
Which is very important because if you join the class, you need to present. For those who have availed themselves to assess you, can pinpoint your weakness.
Definitely.
And then collectively, we help you to build on it. I am doing this at no charge. So unless you decide that I will just join the class and I'll sit, then you, in your mind, you think you are good to go.
No. So you practice.
Practically, you are not.
You are not.
So I would say that the RCSI is doable, but it depends on you. So if you are a psychiatric nurse, you know that you have 2 options to get through for your PIN. Either you're doing adaptation or you're taking the OSCE. So why not start preparing for OSCE? Immediately you start your application for NMBI. So that if you happen to get a job offer that states that we are giving you a job offer with RCSI, it will not be difficult for you to accept because now job search has been very difficult.
Very tough.
So you need to open your mind. I mean, just be positive that let me start preparing now. The same way you made preparation to take IELTS and OET, you should make that time again and prepare. The journey has not ended. The Ironman journey doesn't end after the teaching lesson.
I know. It's a long one and it's a tough one, and it's going to test your patience, take you to a different level.
Oh my God. Ireland journey. But it's worth it. It's really worth it. So I would say that for psych nurses and general nurses, we have the opportunity when it comes to job search, because you can get employers that may offer you the RCSI, and you need to tune your mind that if somebody, even those of us that we didn't have any predecessors to coach us, we were able to go through.
I know.
Exactly. And fortunately, many people that have also gone through me, we have collectively come together to help others. And no nurse in my team is helping someone at a penny. No. Because we all sacrifice for each other. So guys, if you only
it doesn't mean that in the future, if she decides to start taking money, you guys are going to judge her. Situations might change. Just in case it changes,
it's true.
Don't be judgmental. She has to. When the pressure becomes too much,
you are right.
Don't.
You are right. But I'm talking currently. If you are reaching out to me or any of the other nurses that have teamed up with me to help others, nobody is taking anything from anyone. So the 90% of the work is on you.
You have
and
to do it.
You need to make way for that. So I would say RCSI is doable if only you make up your mind that you want to take that offer and then go through it. Please be active. If you join the class, you have to be active. Present in class. Let the assessors identify your weakness, and they will help you out.
Thank you so much. If I leave Abuna, she's just like me. She's going to talk and talk. We content creators, they like talking.
Let's go.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much, Abuna. I appreciate it. Thank you. One day we'll do a different topic. Enough of all the exams. Some fun video as well. Thank you, girl. I appreciate it for honoring my invitation. And guys, please remember to also subscribe to our channel. Remember to subscribe to our channel, Miss Tina. Miss Abena, yeah. And I'm going to display it anyway, and also to my channel as well. It's not easy trying to couple, you know, work and also family and the content. It's not easy. So at least encourage that. Drop a nice comment, like the video, and also share as well. Head to our channel and also subscribe. Thank you so much, girl. I appreciate it. See you all.
You're welcome.
Bye.